Good morning. Today I woke up to an article by Philip Willis in the National Post. The title of this article, Why Are We Celebrating Red Army Conquests in the Streets of Toronto? The Swastika and the Hammer and Sickle are both evil, represent pure evil. There ought to be no place for them here. Well, Paul, you need to read up on your history. There's a reason why we celebrate. We celebrate because we celebrate our survival as a species, as a people, whatever you want to call it. Let me explain this to you on one hand. Here you had the Aryan race. Here you had the Jews, you had the Slavs, you had the Gypsies, and you had everyone else that Hitler hated. Now, these people wanted to murder or enslave all of these people. In fact, it's not that the Jews were the only ones that Hitler wanted to get rid of. He also wanted to get rid of the Slavs because we were subhuman. And he wanted to keep about 20% as a slave labor force, an uneducated one, so that there would never be an uprising. So there would be living space for his Aryan race on our territories. Okay? Now the Soviet system, we had something called Druzhba Narodov, friendship of nations, or friendship of the people, where an Armenian, a Georgian, a Russian, a Kazakh, a Ukrainian, an Estonian, a Latvian, etc. could live on the territory and have complete equal rights. No one above anyone, everyone exactly equal. Now I'm not somebody who is for the Soviet system, not at all. However, I do understand the importance of the Great Patriotic War, and I do understand the difference between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, because it was thanks to the Soviet Union that I'm alive. Because Nazi Germany went into my village, the village where my grandmother was from, and murdered every single one of her siblings on sight, her brothers and sisters, whereas she had to hide in a sack of potatoes. And if she were to be found, I would no longer be here. I wouldn't be here, Paul. That is the major difference. You should also know that 9 out of 10 German troops fell to the Red Army. You should also understand that Israel's right to exist is but thanks to the Soviet Red Army, which is why Israel celebrates the 9th of May. Because we freed Europe from Nazi Germany. We didn't enslave them. It was Europe together with Nazi Germany that attacked the Soviet Union, that murdered 27 million people. Look at the population of Canada during those years, and look at the amount of deaths, civilian and military, that occurred in the Soviet Union because of Nazi Germany. Maybe that will get you to understand exactly why we celebrate, Paul. We celebrate because we celebrate our survival. We celebrate because we celebrate our grandparents, our grandfathers and grandmothers who fought to ensure that we're here breathing and living in 2019. That is what we celebrate. Now, equating the two systems is false, is foolish. I have no other words to tell you. You should read up on your history, and maybe you should actually go and speak to some of the participants of the Besmertny Polk who celebrate this day, and find out exactly why they do so. It's not because of because they feel that Stalin was the best leader possible. It's not because they want the hammer and sickle. I mean, maybe some of them do, but I'm going to speak for myself here. I celebrate it because I celebrate our survival, and I say survival many times because if not for that victory, we would not have survived, Paul. Thank you for watching.